but just how excited are you guys to start the Big Ten season again?
So, I'm ecstatic to get back out there and, just kind of get going and show the Big Ten that, even though we are young, that we can compete for another Big Ten championship.
Is there a lot of pride coming in as the defending champions to kind of hold that up? I know it's a new team, but you guys sort of hold that title still.
Yeah, I think so, because I think we could come out there with a little swagger. We got those rings, so it's like, even though it's a new team, we're still going to have a big target on our back. So I think we could come out there with a lot of swagger and just kind of just beat teams. So.
I know there's a lot of youth on this team, but a lot of you guys are back from last year. So just how are the older guys trying to bring the other guys, the younger guys, along as far as what the Big Ten season means and how important these series are?
It's just every game's going to be a close game. You got to do the little things. Take care of the bunting. The hit and run, stuff like that. Those clutch 2-out hits. And just pitching too. Throwing strikes, doing that. It's basically just showing these younger guys that the little things are the things that are going to count and that are going to carry us to win another Big Ten championship.
Let's talk about where the pitching staff is right now, and what do you still want to see get better, and what you think is doing well right now.
I think with the bullpen, I think throwing more strikes coming out, throwing more strikes right out of the gate is a big thing. But I think during the spring break trip, we took a lot of big steps. I know that last game against Evansville is not ideal of what we really wanted, but I think we pitched the ball very well for the most part. And these younger guys and even the older seniors and the starters are taking these giant steps towards the ultimate goal of what we want.
What's your favorite part about Alexander Field so far?
Do I have to pick one? No, I think everything's great. All the amenities, clubhouse to the big. I actually do like the big dugouts. Compared to Lambert, where you're not shoulder to shoulder. But I think everything's great. They really took care of us this year.
When you show up and the wind's howling on a day like today and it's so cold outside, does it make you appreciate it even more?
Yeah. I mean, I still like it. I still enjoy it. Baseball's baseball. So.
We hear a lot about how cold weather impacts fielders and hitters. What is it like for a reliever to get warm in something like that?
Yeah, it's a little bit tougher. I mean, when you go out to warm up, you can't really feel your hands, so it takes a little bit longer. But I mean, once you get warm, you get warm. So it's really not that big of a difference, I don't feel.
The cold probably has the biggest effect on maybe control?
Yeah, I would say control and just a feel for your pitches, being consistent in the zone and different things like that. And I mean, when we have had these warmer games, I think we had one in Evansville, we had a couple, down in Florida, and out of the bullpen, you've seen it. We've been a lot more consistent in the zone. So it's been helpful.
Thanks for your time, Pat.
Not a problem.
I can't wait. The new field, the conference starting now. It'll be the home opener for conference and Alexander Field in the whole. So it's going to be real fun to kick off the season at our home field in the right way, hopefully.
Do you get the sense that there's still some of that, when you're the defending champion, regardless of what expectations are or anything like that, is there still some pride to kind of live up to that title?
Yeah, I think no matter how we do, there's always going to be a target on our back since we were defending Big Ten champions. So whoever we play, no matter what the score is, are always going to want to beat us, because we always have a target on our back now.
Let's talk about, what have you guys learned about the pitching staff through these first 18 games, and what do you still want to see improve over the rest of the season?
Well, show us how young we are with just control coming out of the pen, and like Pat said earlier, just really throwing strikes, challenging hitters early. So we just want to make sure we come out, keep working on throwing strikes right away, challenging hitters, and not giving up as many free bases.
Is some of that, if you're a freshman coming in, is some of that just part of the adaptation process, and maybe you have to get that confidence that you can challenge those guys rather than try to nibble around them or whatever?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. And once you get those first couple innings out of the way, you start to realize, baseball's baseball. The hitter the pitcher's always in control of the game, so you got to make sure you're just making him make adjustments to you, and you're not trying to make adjustments yourself.
A lot's been made of this team's youth, but you still got people like Patrick and Brad and Robert, who are all been here for 3 or 4 years at least. So just how are they trying to help you, the rest of the pitching staff, the young guys, acclimate to this, and what are you learning from them?
In practice and games, they're always trying to make you better every way, trying to help you, give you hints about in games, where to keep your head, where to be thinking in certain situations, what pitches you should maybe make to certain types of hitters in certain situations, and just trying to get your baseball IQ overall a lot higher.
I know you maybe don't have the comparison that some of the older guys do, but what's your favorite part about Alexander Field so far?
Well, we come from high school, coming to this field, everything's nice. But I mean, coming in the dugout on a day like today, being able to hang on to warmth before cold practice is really nice, and then just a huge stadium atmosphere is really nice. Having a big brick background and everything is really, I like it a lot.
Right out of the chute, I mean, we've been struggling a little bit offensively and struggling a little bit on the mound too. So, I think the focus is just playing good baseball and kind of getting back on that. But I think with Big Ten teams coming in, I mean, we're not going to hide from anybody, and they're going to have us circled regardless. I think just because we are defending champs, so it's even a chance to get back at us if they think that they have that chance. So. But I know going into the Big Ten season now, we've got a chance to get back on it a little bit, and you're kind of 0-0 in conference, so you got a chance to, a little bit of a new start.
Let's just talk about what you've seen from the pitching staff so far. Like you said, I think there's probably been some ups and downs.
Yeah, and I think Schreiber and Minch have thrown better, as of late, and they're going to continue to get deeper and deeper into the game. They're both a little bit of a high pitch count, type pitchers. So, but we feel really good. We feel that Schreiber, Minch, and Raymer each time out is going to give us a chance to win every ball game. And if they can get into the sixth and through the sixth, we can hand it over to the bullpen, which right now I think Gannon and Kenney and Mike Lutz have probably shown the most consistency out of the bullpen. And we've got some other guys. I think Andrew Jeski's going to, get the ball quite a bit and match up against some teams pretty well. Tim McElroy maybe versus a lefty or whatever. And then you got some other guys like Up and Gallanese as well. I think two keys are obviously if we can get Kyle Johnson on it a little bit. He's got as good of arm strength as anybody coming out of the pen, and he's been playing center field for us a little bit. We're going to try to focus a little bit more on him pitching. And if we can get Kyle Wood back, if we get Wood back healthy, we're going to probably keep him in a shorter stint out of the bullpen, and that'll just deepen that bullpen, for us.
What is Wood's situation right now?
He, they pretty much diagnosed that he had a forearm strain, so he's going to be coming back, and I think right now looking to be able to pitch for that Penn State weekend or right after it. So, but we're going to keep him short and keep him coming out of the bullpen at least to start. I mean, he's a quality arm and a great competitor, so for him to pitch for us at the end of the ball game, I think will be big.
Take a little extra precaution with him just because he's coming off the injury.
Yeah,
stuff.
and he's coming off, Tommy John just like Schreiber, but him having this forearm strain, kind of, so we'll keep an eye on it. But if it's just that and it's something that he's can come back from, and it's not a ligament issue, then I think he should be able to come back full force. But again, we're probably going to mix him in the bullpen to begin with, and then, kind of see from there, kind of where we need him.
And Johnson, you said that's not a matter of an injury; that's just a matter of transitioning.
I think transitioning. I think it's tough to do both, at this level because you're limited with practice hours, and so to get, the time that you need. But he's got a strong arm. We just got to get him in the zone and get his off-speed pitches, I think, a little bit more effective. But he's going to help us by the time the season's over.